Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Lincoln Park here. Yeah, we got December the 12th, 2025. It's about to get cold this weekend. We're on Fullerton here, the lake's that way. Clark Street at Fullerton. There's the Five Guys. Clark Street will cross to Clark Street here. If you look to the south there, hey, there's a nice festive John Hancock there with the red and green top there. So, hey, we're gonna go look for Christmas lights tonight. I'm gonna go down some streets that I know we're guaranteed to see some Christmas lights. So if you tuned in last week, you might see some of the same ones, but there's other people that haven't seen this yet. So, hey, the dog's down there with the Christmas tree. We're 5 o'clock on the dot here. And happy Friday. Yeah, it's about to get cold. It's gonna be a cold Bears game. On Sunday, they're playing the Cleveland Browns at noon at Soldier Field. It'll be negative wind chills. I bet you there'll be a lot of tickets available. Hey, Sabrina's Suburban Garden there, Grandma's Corner. Thanks for tuning in there. Mike, Damien, yeah. Hi, how you doing there? Yeah, AV, how you doing? There, Scott James. Let's see. GMJ, how you doing there? Jake, that's good. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate it. Yeah, there's that blue house here on Fullerton. Yeah, we'll just head down Fullerton. I know there's some on Belden as well. I want to see. I know there's a few of these beautiful houses on Fullerton. We'll just see what they look like at night. We're gonna head over to Fremont and Dayton Streets in Lincoln Park. We'll go by Armitage, and then we'll go over to Orchard and Burling. We'll go by the house with all the Christmas trees in the windows, and we'll round it out over by Oz Park. So nothing big. Yeah, we're just doing stuff that's easy for me here. JMJ, Scott, yeah, thanks everybody. Yeah, let's see what else is going on. Doing good. Yeah, let's see. We got Angie Loves tuning in there. Let's see. Jake, Renee, Svonsky. Yeah, just Turna, Mike, Izzy, Christine. Oops, Renee. Don't abuse the homeless. Hey, that's a good name there. Going to request 5 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I got to start an hour early. Well, hey, you know, I got to go to work. What a bummer. You know, it's positive, negatives, everything. Here, Church of Our Savior, Advent and Christmas service there for December 21st, Christmas Eve. Yeah, they got all. We've been checking out. All the churches are starting to put out when they're going to do like midnight mass and stuff, or they're going to have something on the 21st, which is the winter solstice. That's interesting. So here, if you just joined with Chicago, we're in Fullerton, and we're going to check out Christmas lights. We got 30 degrees, and we're 5:02 in the PM here, Central Time Zone. Yeah, there's beautiful housing here, and yeah, we'll check it out here. Yeah, Scott, Renee. Okay, good. Here we go. Look at the beautiful Christmas lights here. Look at the nice stoop. Yeah, this is right in the Italian 8 buildings here at Fullerton. This is an historic district, both Fullerton and Belden. I don't know if this is technically part of the Mid-North Historic District, but there's even like a sub-district that they name after Fullerton and Belden here. Of course, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Everybody's like, get out of Lincoln Park, you lazy jerk. And I'm like, I know. I'm blessed to just be able to walk out my apartment and go down the street and see this beautiful Christmas scene with the snow. We might get a little bit more snow this weekend. I don't think we're going to get as much, but you never know. I think places further south are going to get, south of I-80 is going to get 3 to 5 inches. We might get 2, and up towards Wisconsin they might only get a dusting. But here, this is Fullerton, Lincoln Park, Chicago. We're at Geneva Terrace here. And that becomes Laura B. There we go. So, hey, look, half of the balcony's decorated. Probably because they share that balcony. Here's the Lincoln Park Presbyterian. DJF, yeah. Doreen, how you doing there? 10 mil. Somerset, UK. Hey, thanks for tuning in from UK. We're going to check out Christmas decorations in US of A. Here we got 30 degrees. We're about -1 Celsius. Probably, you know, yeah, we'll say -1. And here, look at these. In the United States, these are historic. I know in England, these would be like not that old. This is, these were built in the 1880s, 1890s. These beautiful Richardsonian Romanesque classic porches here. And we got garland, we got the bows. This is what this is a preview of what we're gonna see tonight. Wait till we get to Fremont and Dayton Street. You're gonna see some serious Christmas decorations tonight. And here comes some sirens. We are in Chicago. So this is the big bad city, even though it's Lincoln Park. If you want to see the real, follow Alexander, Chicago. He went out to Naperville, saw some big, huge houses out there in Naperville covered with lights. It was great. Here's, hey, look, yeah, we'll film these while we're waiting for this ambulance to go by. See, we got sirens with Christmas decorations. Look at the lights. Hey, the pretty Christmas lights. There they go. No, I hope everybody's okay. I hope they're probably rushing somebody to the hospital. I shouldn't be so celebratory here. But yeah, look at the beautiful housing here on Fullerton, Lincoln Park, Chicago. And tree covered streets, Christmas trees in the window. Garland, pretty lights, wreaths on the door. Yeah, May's tuning in. Hey, that's great. DJF, let's see what else is going on. Yeah, this is Chicago. So if you just joined, we're in Chicago. We're on Fullerton. We're in Lincoln Park. We're just heading down the street here filming Christmas decorations. And we're just starting here. We're at 5:06. I'll probably be walking at least for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And I don't think I'll be do much streaming this week. And you know, if we get snow, but we're supposed to get wind. It's supposed to get like -30 wind chills possibly. I'm probably going to get really lazy, but if I was motivated, I would like really suit up and film people going into the Bears game, because that's some hardcore Bears fans to go to an outdoor stadium when it's literally below zero actual temperature and sit there. I've done that before. Not that cold. We've done it. I went to a winter classic at Soldier Field where they it snowed like a snow globe the entire time, but it was about 25 degrees, which was cold enough. And then I went to a Bears game one time. It was 10 degrees because that's why I got free tickets. All of a sudden, tickets just pop in your hand if you could stand the cold. But you know, after the first half, I felt like I was sitting on a block of ice. People bring newspaper because, oh, they're banking up here. People bring newspaper because, you know, your feet get cold. And then we made the mistake of going inside during halftime, and there was like a you know, one of those heat blowers, and we all stood in front of it like getting warm. And then the second half, we were even colder because we should have just stayed cold. And that's the way it is. You know, it's just miserable, you know, sitting there. You actually have to drink or you know, move around to stay warm. I'd rather be walking. As long as you're walking, at least your body's producing heat. But once you stop moving, that's when you really get cold. So it's going to be some hardcore Bears fans and Browns fans. We'll see Browns fans. Cleveland fans can handle it. I almost wish we had a team like Miami or San Diego. I remember when... one of my earliest memories when I was a little kid, 1981 and 82, when the Cincinnati Bengals first went to the Super Bowl. That was Kenny Anderson. Chris Collinsworth was on that team. He was a wide receiver. And they played the San Diego Chargers, I think, in Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. they called it the freezer bowl. It was like -10. It was like negative temperatures or wind chills, and they called it the freezer bowl. And the Bengals won that game probably because San Diego couldn't play in the cold. But we got the Browns. The Cleveland Browns know how to play in the cold, in the snow, just like Buffalo and Green Bay. And the Vikings did, but now the Vikings got an indoor stadium, and so now that's why the Bears want to move to Arlington Heights. They want an indoor stadium like the Vikings, get that Super Bowl. But hey, if you just joined, we're in Chicago. Oh, see, now the wind's starting to pick up. 30 degrees with wind feels much colder, and as the temperature drops, I'm not going to want to be in this wind, so that's why we're doing Christmas lights tonight. We'll tide you over here. But hey, welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Lincoln Common here, Lincoln Square, whatever they call it. I think it's Lincoln. No, it's Lincoln. I forget what they call this development. Something Lincoln. And checking out the Christmas lights under the trellis here. Here's the Christmas tree. It's all lit up. We're going to head over to Fremont and Dayton Streets and check out the residential Christmas lights. I'm missing all the comments. Thanks to the mods for letting people know we're in Chicago. It's 30 degrees with some wind. It's hard to hear me with the wind. The wind's because of these tall buildings. Once we get on the residential streets, it won't be as windy. Look how they got these nice little arches. Like in the summertime, you could sit here in chairs. Here they got the sleigh there. You can sit in the sleigh and take a picture. Letters for Santa. Oh yeah, there's it. What else we got? We got the Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah. Hanukkah starts on Sunday. So happy Hanukkah here, ready to go. They'll light these up. 8 crazy nights. And here we got the Christmas tree. It looks like the color of the Grinch. It's a bright green, lime green Christmas tree there. You can sit in the sleigh there. Hey, there's the official Christmas tree for Lincoln Park neighborhood, or at least this development. It's just like we go by the one in Old Town there. It's a nice town square. The unofficial square for Lincoln Park here. Nah, Bears, it's like getting kicked. I know. See, we knew the Bears, you know, they gave a good shot. If they could have beat Green Bay, we would be over the moon. But, of course, Green Bay has to stick it in their eye. We get another chance to play Green Bay. But we'll see if we can beat the Browns. If we can beat the Browns, we're pretty much guaranteed a playoff spot if we can just win one more game. Here's the Christmas tree. Lincoln Park, Chicago. We got 5:11 p.m., 30 degrees, Illinois, United States of America. And yeah, look at the nice, I got lights up there. Oops. So I want to go this way. I'm freaking this car out because they probably think I'm filming their license plate or something. Who would do that? Oh yeah, we know who would do that. Here's hey, Blue Sushi and Sake Grill. Okay, so now we're on Lincoln. We're gonna head up through DePaul. I want to see if they got an ice skating rink. Sometimes they have an ice skating rink in DePaul. Yeah, Chicago Lions. Yeah, the Bears got to play the Lions again. I know. And then the Lions they're desperate. You know, the Lions almost have to win every game, right? The Green Bay is the top of the NFC North there, and the Vikings. Yeah, the Vikings are at the bottom. So the Vikings, Detroit's close to the Bears. Yeah, Detroit's going to give Bears run for money. Detroit can still make the playoffs easily too. Yeah, and so here we'll see how it all plays out. It's going to be interesting. But we'll see what happens on Sunday, the Freezer Bowl in Chicago. We're on Lincoln Avenue. We're almost up to the 6-way intersection of Fullerton, Lincoln, and Hallstead. And we'll go through DePaul University. Sometimes they got an ice skating rink over there. It's natural ice. And so 19 penalties. Yeah, Falcons beat the Bucks. Oh, I didn't watch Thursday night. Thanks for okay, Falcons beat the Bucks. Wow. Thanks for tuning in from the south side there. That's good. Yeah, South Sox run there. Very nice. So we missed the light here, so we'll show this 6-way intersection here. John Dillinger was killed right up there in 1934. They take the, let me get across the street here. They take the Untouchable tours, go up there. And, hey, we made it. Here's the music center for DePaul University. There's this nice building they built. The triangle here, the wedge. There it is, 31. There's the skyline of Chicago. Let's see if they show the time and temp again there so people know I'm not lying to them here. DePaul University, Lincoln Park campus. Let's check it out here. And here, yeah. So there's Soldier Field. That's where the Bears are going to play on Sunday there. Hallstead, Fullerton, and Lincoln here. DePaul University, Chicago, Illinois. Come on, show the time and temp. You just did it. Oh, come on. Like as soon as I leave here, it'll show it. I want to just get the time and temp here. We're at Fullerton and Hallstead. There it is, 31 degrees, December the 12th, 5:13 in the p.m. there. 31 degrees, Chicago, Illinois. There you go. So this used to be the seminary. DePaul University eventually acquired it. And then they built this a few years ago. There you can see that housing we just walked through. So we're in Chicago, Illinois. We're on the campus of DePaul University, Hallstead, south of Fullerton. I want to see if there's an ice skating rink over here. And there's beautiful housing, even if there's not. And this will lead us right over to Fremont Street. Here, let me switch my phone. Let me put my phone in the correct pocket here. My backup to the backup. Comes in handy sometimes. We've walked through there. They don't really like me streaming through here. The security, yeah, you know, I understand. But yeah, we'll look for coyotes. I reposted. One of our friends and neighbors in Bridgeport there was been posting videos of the coyotes, not just in Palmasano Park, in McGuinn Park, whatever they call it. Also in the streets. It was on the streets down there on South Side, just walking down a city street there. 2 coyotes in the middle of the night in the snow. Just act like they own the place. Steve Lyons saw one on Balboa Street in Grant Park. Isn't right downtown. So there's coyotes living in Grant Park. Think about that. Next to Soldier Field. North of Soldier Field. That's amazing. So here at DePaul University, 5:15, 5:16. Yeah. Yeah, what's people cooking for dinner there? You making a nice Friday meal there. Yeah, hope everybody's warm and enjoying themselves, ease into the weekend. Coyotes be chill like that. Yeah, they just be laying there. It was just laying on the ice. The one was just laying on the ice. There's the security. We'll see if this ice skating rink's over here. Oh, there's some nice, how you doing? There's some nice Christmas decorations there. Look at that. Look at the porch there. Hey, DePaul University, they got some nice housing here. I want to see if this ice skating rinks. Nope, they don't have the ice skating rink this year. I'll show you where it was at in years past there. It was never hardly used. And a lot of times they would try to do the ice skating rink and it would be too warm. It would be above freezing. And no one would be, you know, the ice would melt and it would be a big pool. The unauthorized vehicles would be towed. But here's the nice housing here, DePaul University. And there's a square right here. See, it's like we're in The Wonderful Life. It feels like we're in the movie or something here. Hot chicken noodle soup, that's good. Yeah. Hey, there's a cat. There's a cat. See that cat? Let's see where the cat's under the car there. So we'll see if the cat comes out. The cat's under the car. It's not going to come out. It could hear me a mile away, especially my loud voice. But we saw a little cat, or a regular cat, walk over there. The local cat, DePaul University cat. Why is there snow? Why is there weather? Why does the sun come up every morning? Why do we have winter? Can we just cancel winter? Can AI stop us from having winter? Can AI just end all human suffering and distribute the wealth equally, and we could be in this beautiful world where everybody could benefit from this technology? But no, we're going to hoard it and ram it down people's throats and use it to control people. We already got enough mistrust against governments, corporations, that we need to give superhuman powers to their surveillance state or social media companies. Yeah, you can trust them. Mark Zuckerberg will run for president one day against Elon Musk, or maybe they'll combine into one ticket. It'll be like Kodos versus Kang there in the Simpsons episode. Don't blame me, I voted for Kodos. But hey, let's head out of DePaul University. We'll go over to, we'll go straight down here. Perfect. We're on Fremont Street. We're right where we want to be. So let's walk out the campus. I hope I can get out of here. The gate's closed. We noticed that one time we were in New York City, we were in Brooklyn, and there was a college, and you had to scan your card to get out. And I was like, you can't just like walk out? Yeah, the gate's open, good. So here's an alley. We're already on Fremont Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. We're down by Belton. So we'll start off Christmas decorations right away. There's some really nice ones here on Fremont, I remember. Yeah, Guillermo, how you doing there? Who else is tuning in? Magdalena, Scott, May, let's see, Wes. Missing on one gold movie, and thanks everybody for tuning in here. So yeah, we know there's some nice Christmas decorations down there. There's the house with the where it had the skeletons is right over there. That nice tour. Yeah, we'll film that really quickly, and then we'll head straight down Fremont here. Hey, there's a nice Christmas tree in the window. Yeah, Doreen's tuning in there. You hear the train behind us? Now, we already walked down Bissell Street. I really like Bissell Street, but Bissell Street didn't have as many Christmas decorations on it, at least the night we went down there. See these little Christmas trees, or these little trees, they got the same ones. These little trees, they could sit out, and they got the lights in them. But here's this beautiful Richardsonian Romanesque with the turret. And this is on Belton Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. We're just west of Hallstead. Well, we're west of Dayton Street, in between Dayton and Fremont. And there across the way is the McCormick Row House. These beautiful housing porches. Look at that cornice. That's amazing. It has shells in it. Right here, we'll take a left from Belton. We'll go south on Fremont Street. We'll walk all the way down to the south end, almost to North Avenue. At least that's my plan. See if we make it that far. Battery's doing good, yeah. Lampy T, yeah. Let's see who else is tuning in here. Vincent, yeah. Krista, Elvira, how you doing? Elvira, I know you probably, who remembers that song? My Heart's on Fire for Elvira. Yeah, beautiful name there. Here's we're walking south on Fremont Street, south of Belton, Lincoln Park, Chicago. You see where those trees are? They just immaculately lit up the front of this house, and we already got a rerun out of it. I'll go by slow and do a slower version this time, because I know people, sometimes when I speed it up, it goes by the stuff too fast and jerks around and give everybody whiplash. So you look at the beautiful, just simple wreaths on the door, 2200 block of Fremont here. Got Christmas decorations all around. Thanks for tuning in here. We got 243. Let's see if the numbers go up once we film these beautiful Christmas lights. It's not me, I'm just a facilitator. We're just showing the beautiful architecture combined with the seasonal holiday displays. We do this for Halloween, even St. Patrick's Day. People like to decorate. Why not? Hey, we got the Christmas trees here. ComEd likes this. Yeah, here goes your electric bill. But here it is. Wow. So Fremont Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. We're December the 12th, 2025. 5:22 in the PM. Look at this beautiful facade. Look at this tree. You can hear the CTAL train going by. Fremont Street, south of Belton, north of Webster. Look at that. They got the garland over every arch. They got the balcony. They got stuff on the roof there. They got the free library, little free library. Look at these trees. Yeah. And then even across the way, the whole street here complements each other. Look, they got the projection. But here, we'll spin around here. What do you think of this? You like this? Is this worth it? Thanks for tuning in here. United States of America. Thanks for tuning in to the United States of America, Chicago, Illinois, planet Earth. What country are you tuning in from, everybody? Feel free to let us know where you're tuning in from. I appreciate you watching here on YouTube. People tune in from all over the world to just see what's going on here. And I didn't go downtown today, but we went downtown yesterday. Here's the projection. Look at the beautiful projections. Again, this is Fremont Street. If I repeat myself, people keep asking over and over again. Fremont Street. There's the security. There's the private security here checking me out. See, there's a lot of these places, you know, these streets, they got private security, which is helps out. And they probably know me. How you doing there? How you doing? Yeah, see, well, people are always like, be careful. I'm like, you know, there's security guards driving around on these streets. That's why people hate Lincoln Park. You know, other sides of the city, they're like, not only people rich enough to pay for Pinkertons. Here's look at that. Yeah, look at this. I never can get over the. I mean, this is one of the best decorated houses, and you don't have to have. I mean, that's a beautiful. I mean, a nice size house. You know, the problem is, like, once you get to Burling and Orchard, the houses are so large. People are just shocked by the size of the houses. You know, these are. Look at the scaffolding. See, they're redoing this one. This one's gutted. They're redoing it. They're redoing this one. This is, again, is Fremont Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Yeah. Yeah, put the tree on the rocket. Christmas rocket. Santa Claus in space. Has anybody done that? You know, Santa Claus is an alien. I don't know. Flies in the sky, unidentified flying object. He teleports down your chimney. Sounds like an alien to me. Beam me up, Santa. Hallstead's house, McAllister's, Kevin McAllister's. Okay, the Home Alone house is it's north of Chicago. We're in the city of Chicago, so north of Chicago is Evanston. If you go further north of Evanston, you get towards Kenilworth, Winnetka, and the North Shore suburbs. Go ahead. It's fine. I'm not going to go in front of a car that just, you know, thank you. And they saw I had a camera. That's the only reason they stopped. See, it's very hard to cross streets with cameras. Once people see I got a camera, you know, they immediately think lawsuit. And that's probably, as people have cameras in their dash cams in their car, it's probably a good thing that people have dash cams in their car nowadays, because you never know what could happen. Here's yeah, McAllister's house, the Home Alone house, is in the northern suburbs north of Chicago. It's about 15 miles north of where I'm at. I'm not going up there tonight, but we'll see mansions tonight. They'll look not, yeah, the housing up there, it's on bigger lots, so they usually square up to the road differently. These were all built in the 1880s, 1890s on 25-foot wide lots, so it's a lot of row houses that share walls and on smaller lots, except for the ones that we'll see later where they acquired multiple lots and tore down the old buildings and built a big super McMansion later, you know. But hey, here we're on Fremont Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Thanks for checking out the holiday lights here. Happy Friday. We got 527. We're heading south on Fremont. We're almost down to Dickens. We'll go by the St. James Lutheran Church. I missed that they had carolers and stuff last week, and I just couldn't motivate myself. I was talking to people on the phone in the morning, and I think I just went to the grocery store. Here's the yeah, look at the nice Christmas decorations here, Fremont Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. 5:27 in the p.m. and 30 degrees, not too bad. See how the wind died down once we got away from those tall buildings. Look how they light this up. They throw the light on the Italianate facade there. Beautiful housing along Fremont Street. Hey, they got snow in the chairs. Hey, there's a nice look, just nice garland. You put the big wreaths on the window. Let these cars go by. Let's check this out. Oh, they're beautiful on the inside. You can easily go to real estate websites where they'll show listings of houses in this neighborhood. 60614 is the area code. You can go to Zillow or whatever real estate that place you go to, and they'll show you on the inside. Sometimes they have YouTube videos. There's a, you know how we went by the Dewey's house this morning. That's a, it's a 1896 mansion there, beer baron. There's videos on YouTube where they go inside to show how big the bathtub is in the restroom or in the bathroom, how tall the ceiling. Some of them, like the Wrigley building or the Wrigley mansion, the third mansion there on Lakeview, it has a ballroom on the top floor, and there's YouTube videos on that. All you have to do is, you know, with a little right typing and searching, hunting, pecking around, you can find online what these things look like on the inside. One time, Jennifer Shadid, she got inside the Frederick Wacker house and the Charles Wacker house, which are extremely historic, and I'm glad she did because Jennifer knows her history. And watching people that watched live that night got to see what the inside of that house looked like because the guy gave her a tour. Here's Fremont Street, Chicago, Illinois. We're just checking out the Christmas decorations. How's everybody doing here? His food comments. You guys talking about food? Yeah, Fremont row house is here. That's what they call this. So Fremont and Dickens. Yeah, there's some nice. So across from St. James here, there's a school here, and there's a church here, St. James Lutheran. Yeah, let's check out these Christmas trees, and then we'll cross the street. Oh yeah, they got some nice. Look at that. Yeah, see Fremont Street. So far, you can walk blocks and blocks and blocks on Fremont Street and see a lot of Christmas decorations without having to drive. Here's yeah, St. James Lutheran Church here, Fremont Street. Nice Christmas trees. Hey, let's head across here. So yeah, there, the ring, Christmas ring. Look at that. See, this makes my job easy. I just walk around and film the work of others. Yeah, a lot of bedrooms. Oh yeah, I mean, think a lot of these have 1, 2, 3, 4 floors. How you doing? A lot of these have 4 stories here, and very nice. See, they locked the door. They saw us. I'm glad they locked the door. Yeah, you know, they went to open their door and there was somebody filming their door. It was me. I feel bad. But how you doing? I'm filming the beautiful Christmas decorations here. I like it. Very nice. Let's keep going here. It's only 5:30, so people are just getting off work, out and about here. But it looks like it's the middle of the night. It's still pretty early. Hey, look at that beautiful porch there. That's nice. What time? How many times are we going to get asked what time it is? We're going to get asked every hour on the hour, every minute on the minute. That's fine. I understand. You just tuned in. Appreciate it. 5 minutes ago, we said it was 5:26. Now it's 5:31. Thanks for tuning in here to Chicago, Lincoln Park. We're in Fremont Street, United States of America. I have to say that because people keep asking me what country. It kind of freaks me out like it's a bot asking. Because why would someone ask that over and over again? Here's, it's enough to make you paranoid. Don't become a live streamer. You'll become crazy. You'll start listening to the voices. And then when I was on TikTok this morning, TikTok AI started talking to me. TikTok AI was like, tell you this to this person. And this person put something secret in their thing and you could talk to about it because we're giving you the secret knowledge because we're spying on people because we're TikTok. That's what the AI told me. Oh, did I just dream that up? No, they wouldn't put a message like that. Here's the, that's why we're on YouTube, but YouTube's just as bad. At least YouTube AI doesn't tell me what to do. Here's, hey, beautiful Christmas decoration. We're almost down to Armitage here. We'll head down to Armitage. It reminds me, one time I was in Bridgeport in springtime. It was March. It was before St. Patrick's Day. And we were down there and I was filming the, St. Patrick's Day decorations, and I was down by the old Mayor Daley Church, the 37th and Union, and Bridgeport, you know, south, kind of near Sox Park, a little south, a little west, and everybody, I could hear like all the people, the women calling each other. They was like, "There's some guy walking down the street, he's streaming," and all these mothers and grandmothers came out on their porches and they were looking at me and I kind of waved to them and they were holding their cell phone and they all were looking, who is this guy? They were checking me out. And that's the neighborhood watch. That's the eyes on the street. They noticed that someone, you know, they were like, "Who's this guy filming our houses walking?" That's the community of Bridgeport. It's great. People help each other out, and they were nice. You know, a few people waved to me, but they were just like, "Who are you? Why are you doing this?" You know, and so that's what I felt like there. It was like people kept coming out of their doors because they were like, "Here he comes." There's the purple line pulling into the Armitage stop. This is Armitage, a nice commercial strip here. The Old Town School folk music's here. They got these nice storefronts, boutique store. Here's Lush. Hallstead's that way. We're going to head south on Fremont. Yeah, we still got cheap enough energy in Chicago. Chicago is ringed by nuclear power plants, and there's also other coal and gas power plants, but Chicago has a large number of nuclear power plants that surround it, and now everything's going back to nuclear because of the data centers. They're building mini nuclear power plants for data centers. People realize this is going on. Merry Christmas. You take the purple line, yeah. Indonesia, how you doing there? Melly, yeah, very nice. Beautiful night, yeah, thanks for coming along with me, checking out the beautiful Christmas decorations here. Lincoln Park, Chicago. Here we go, we're gonna see some here. Fremont Street, thanks for tuning in. Yeah. People walking the dogs here. Very nice, yeah. Yeah, look at this housing. Still Lincoln Park, South Armitage, walking the dog. East Texas, how you doing there? Yeah, we'll be going through East Texas in a week and a half there. We'll probably be driving down to Houston by way of Dallas, Fort Worth. We'll come from the side. We have driven down through the Piney Woods, which you go straight from Texarkana. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this snow in the winter's nice at Christmas time, but after this weekend I think I'll be ready to get in some warmer weather. We're going to get down to negative 20, 30 wind chills. The Bears game will be really interesting on Sunday. Hey, here we go. Here's the nice, look, they're blinking. The Christmas lights here on the rail. Look at the nice garlands, or the wreaths. And look across the way. Yeah, we got some nice Christmas decorations. We'll just stay on this side. Hey, look at the stained glass here. Look at the tree in the window. Just a classic scene there. Beautiful housing, beautiful Christmas decorations. Fremont Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. 5:36 in the p.m. 30 degrees. -1 Celsius. The United States of America, planet Earth. Any questions? Baby making what? There you go. Yes, you have the curl by the fireside there. Get out the music, and you got the Christmas tree with the heart. You can get out the Secret Santa costume and have at it there. That's what J.D. Vance wants everybody to do. Be fruitful and multiply. You know. Here's they'll give you $1,000 for a baby that costs $100,000 before it's all over. It's worth it. See, it's starter fee, seed money. Oh my God. Here's yeah, look at the Christmas decorations here all around Fremont Street. Barry White, yeah, get out the Barry White music. That's, yeah, you got it. See, we set the mood. I get that deep voice there. Yeah, getting the. That's how you get in the holiday spirit. Get a little eggnog and get down tonight. Do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. Yeah, I don't need the baby there. Yeah. Just do it the safe way. Hey, there's the manger. There's the nativity there. 3 wise men, baby Jesus. Yeah, there's the tree here. We're down at Wisconsin, Fremont Street. What time we got here? 5:38. Yeah, let's watch out. I'm trying to not slip and fall here. Here we go. So what am I missing here? Margie, I'm going to be in there, Wes. Yeah, you're right behind me there, Doom Shop. Come get me. I'm ready for you. You said that at lunch and you didn't. You were lying. So I want you to back it up there. Here's I'm right behind you. We're sending somebody to your house right now. Here's this is stupid. This whole thing's stupid. Thanks for making me lose faith in humanity. Yeah, I appreciate it. Here's Fremont Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. There's all kinds of reasons people watch. Some people watch because they like me. Other people watch because they really don't like me, and that's why they watch, which is a strange reason to watch. I'm like, what else do you do? You know. Hey, the 1800 block of Fremont Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. There's a helicopter. They do give helicopter tours. They fly over the Lincoln Park Zoo lights and Michigan Avenue lights and check it out, dude. Yeah, I've slipped in years past. I've slipped live streaming. It happens. See, every time you go where it hasn't been, and the reason it's an empty lot, the developer didn't shovel it because, you know, nobody lives here to shovel it. And this property is on the market, and then you can tell where there's nobody living, and I don't want to advertise it because, you know, then people could figure it out themselves. Here's hey, they're working on this though. Look at that. See, they're working on this Fremont Street. There's always construction going on somewhere. Margie's a troublemaker. Come on. Yeah, this is you caught me. Yeah, this is a public service thing. I'm working off my community service hours for the jail there. They said I have to walk around and educate people about the history of Chicago and architecture, and so that's what I'm doing. This is all forced labor here. So hey, give me a thumbs up at least. Give me a little heart there. You know, subscribe to my channel. Appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Here's Fremont Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. No, I enjoy this. Would I do this if I didn't enjoy it? I complain a lot, but I complain all the time. You should hear how much I complain about stuff I really don't like. Here's hey, there's Olaf. Hey, he's gonna give you a hug there. Olaf, the snowman. So hey, we made it down to Willow. Is this Willow? Yeah, let's head down. We'll cut over to Dayton Street, so we'll walk back Dayton Street to Armitage, and then we'll cut over to Burling and Orchard. How's my battery doing? 75%. Okay, good. So here, we'll keep going here. Bridgeport. Yeah, Bridgeport is a real Chicago neighborhood. That's why I understand exactly why people always say, Brian, please go to the west and south side, because it's the real, true Chicago neighborhoods. Lincoln Park used to be, but it's changed so much. And, you know, it's amazing how much this neighborhood has changed. And all areas changed. Look how much Pilsen has changed, you know. The demographics completely changed. There's whole areas of the city where, you know, before 1960, like Inglewood was 97% white, and then after 1960s and 70s, it was 97% black. It's amazing how quickly that, you know, and it was all facilitated by the interstate highways in the suburbs, and, you know, people made money off the whole thing, both ways. And, but Lincoln Park, yeah, is very uppity. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And so people stereotype me just because I'm always here, because I live here. So I guess they think that I live here because I want to be uppity, but I just live here because I'm willing to pay the high rent for my walking lifestyle. And, you know, the same thing, you know, we live in a culture and a society where, look at the current president, promotes luxury, high style living, and, you know, and you know, there's race thrown involved, where Lincoln Park is much more whiter than the rest of Chicago, and it's much more wealthier, and people are like, oh, that's why. But, you know, you can go to, like, Bridgeport is traditionally Irish, a lot of Lithuanian, there's some Polish, there was some little bleed over from, you know, small amounts of African American, Mexican American always, or Hispanic. But, you know, Chinatown is really starting to expand into Bridgeport. Chinatown's north of Bridgeport. You go to the northern part of Bridgeport, there's Chinese restaurants, Chinese churches in Bridgeport, you know, outside of what traditionally was known as Chinatown. So neighborhoods change all over time. They're still shifting. Pilsen, you know, Pilsen was Eastern European, Czech, Polish, Lithuanian, Irish, Italian, and then it became largely Hispanic, Latino, Mexican American. Ernie and I were down there. You talked about his grandmother living in the El Milagro building. We got a rerun of that. We went down to Fiesta del Sol. We go down there. Ernie goes down there. Vicky streams in Little Village, 26th Street. We've gone down there too. Jody GTV goes down there. There's the train going by. The train's behind these buildings here. We're down on, yeah, there's the train going by. We might see it when we get to Dayton Street. How much is rent? So this city's vast. You know, there's 2.6 million people live in Chicago. So it's the same populations as like states like West Virginia. So it'd be like saying, what's the rent in West Virginia? It varies. It depends on where you live. It'd be like saying, what's the rent in, you know, Hawaii? Well, it depends on if you live by the beach or if you live in a shanty town. You know, it's too open-ended of a question. You know, it's like, what's the temperature on Earth? It depends on where you're at. Location. I know I shouldn't think about things too deeply. I got a overactive mind here. How many degrees? How many degrees do you think it is? It's 30 degrees, -1 Celsius. You see this frozen water there. Thanks for tuning in. The temperature is cold, but it's not as cold as it's going to get this weekend. And thanks for asking here. This is Chicago. We're at Bissell Street. Bissell angles to meet Dayton, even though it parallels it. It's a very interesting intersection. And there's the elevated CTA train tracks. Hey, we're seeing already Christmas decorations on Dayton Street. That's why we came over here. I didn't get that as part of Dayton Street much this year for the Christmas decoration. We came here for Halloween decorations. I remember that. It seemed like it was yesterday, but it was 2 months ago. Yeah, we'll head up here. We'll head up Dayton Street. We'll check out the Christmas decorations there. So, Verzon, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you joining my channel here. This is Chicago. We're in Illinois, state of Illinois, in the United States of America, Chicago, Illinois. It's the third largest city in the United States, behind New York and LA. And we're on the north side, north of downtown in the city. It's a neighborhood called Lincoln Park. It's about 30 degrees temperature, -1 Celsius. We have 5:47 in the PM Central Time Zone. And thanks for tuning in there. Yeah, thanks for checking us out. Yeah, I'm a dead man walking. You got it. Yeah, there's my shadow. Well, hey, do you feel any empathy for me? Or are you just gonna like heckle me and like wish for my death? I'm serious, you know. You know, if would you say that to my face? You know. You know how many death threats I've gotten over the last 3 years? Talk to my moderators. You know, and you can't take it seriously because, you know, And imagine what women go through. You know, I've seen, you know, I cringe when I see what people write in their comments, and that's why people are like, well, I got blocked. I'm like, that's why, because we have to have moderators, not because you said you actually got blocked, because someone else forces us all to have moderators. This is society. Even something as nice as Christmas decorations, someone wants to ruin it because they're having a bad night. So hey, we'll let them have a bad night. Here's hey, look at the nice Christmas trees here, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Yeah, there's a movie called Dead Man with Johnny Depp. Have you ever seen that? There's real Native American indigenous actors in it too, which is great. They go to the Pacific Northwest. Hey, okay, so here, let's do this whole thing. Let's do it right here. I came all the way over here. So hey, well, here we go. So hey, welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Dayton Street. Here we're in Lincoln Park, and here's the. We saw this at Halloween time. This is the place that had the little dolls on the porch there. But look at the beautiful Christmas decorations down in their patio here, and they got this nice burning bush Christmas tree here. And we'll cross the street here, and we'll give you a nice view of the whole thing here. This is Dayton Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. We're just checking out the Christmas decorations here. They got this big forklift here. But yeah, beautiful. Thanks for the nice Christmas decorations here. We'll head up. This is Dayton Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. How much was a hot dog with no ketchup? Hey, did you see that Kevin Hart thing with Kenan Thompson? They were on that Amazon show. I don't have Amazon. I ain't gonna pay Jeff Bezos to watch it. But we saw the clip. Thankfully there was the clip there on YouTube and TikTok where there was Poochie from Wiener Circle, and it was all staged. They knew what they were gonna do. Kevin Hart went nuts about no ketchup on the hot dog, and he was wearing a red sweater that looked like ketchup, and Poochie got him good. He called him Darnell. Here's look at that. Here's the beautiful Christmas decorations here, Fremont Street. Oh no, this is Dayton Street. Dayton Street. We were on Fremont, now we're on Dayton Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Hey, the red lights and the green lights on the leaves. That's a nice effect. Yeah, nice job here. Thanks for checking out the holiday decorations here. Hope you have a good Friday night. You want to see the lights in Parkway Gardens? Oh, you're so funny. You're so funny. Yes. Here, look at. Hey, that looks nice. See, we went over there. I didn't see those. Let's go over there and check it out. I just can't believe 15 years after Odie Perry died. You know, it's an honor to the drill hip hop culture. It's spread internationally. Just like we ran into Adam Who They Want. You know, he's huge. I saw he was signing autographs. He does the dance in front of the police and other people. I should have did the dance. I'm in his video, but no one cares. You know, it's about him. It's great. You know, and I was glad I was in the right place, right time to film him. You know, you can watch. Keith Carter. He makes music. He's a hip hop musician here. Here's hey, look at the nice Christmas decorations here. We're on Fremont Street here, Lincoln Park, Chicago. You see hear the L train going in the background. There's the Brown line heading across Willow here. Look at the beautiful Christmas decorations here. We'll head back around. Yeah, time to get a watch. I do think Michael, and I think other people, I remember Michael did, maybe somebody else came, maybe Chris came over. The request line's broken, you know. My watch is broken. I mean, you know, if I do ever retire and do this full time, I'll just stop doing the time thing, because when I'm retired, I don't care what time it is. I'm off the clock. The clock is meaning you're working. You know, the last thing I want to think about is time, because I'm not on the clock here. This is for enjoyment. But here we'll head up Dayton Street. Hallstead's right over there. There's a lot of restaurants and stuff. Yeah, so UIL. So I'm going to ask the audience. Now watch the comments here. So all my members of the Lunch Bunch, all my longtime friends and followers, all my mods, have I ever gone to the St. Valentine's Day Massacre? Have I ever gone to the St. Valentine's Day? How many times have I gone to the St. Valentine's Day Massacre site in Chicago? I know you're tuning in. I appreciate it. That's great information. Thanks for joining my channel here or watching here. I appreciate. Thanks for checking out my content. I have about a dozen videos on the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, all middle of the night, wintertime on on February the 14th, middle of the summer in the alley. We went by the Dillinger Biograph Theater. If you take the Untouchable tours, they'll show you all that stuff. How you doing? We'll head down. We're just filming the Christmas decorations here. I want to reassure people I'm not that horrible federal agency that will remain nameless. Kind of looks like that. Kind of feels like that too. Here's a nice garland here. So I know there's some nice decorations further up here. So we'll start trekking. We'll start making our ground. We'll go up to Armitage and then we'll cut over to Burling, because then we're guaranteed to see the house with the Christmas tree in every window. And then we'll go over to Orchard, that one with the green at the top. We filmed it before, but I just want to take a nice little jaunt here. Oh, the night Chicago died. Wow. St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Wow. Thanks, Pizza Lisa. Thanks for the good information. Thanks for being on. Yeah. Yeah, look it up. That's good. See, we learn from each other. Isn't that great? Thanks, everybody. Yeah, thanks, Grandma's Corner. Thanks for backing me up there. And I know that's a good question. You know, I have missed obvious things where, like, for example, when I first started live streaming, someone was like, have you ever gone in the lobby of the Marquette building? And I was like, no, I haven't. And I lived in Chicago for 20 years, and I never went in the lobby of the Marquette building. That's the one with the Chicago bust over the elevators. It's that mother of pearl mosaic tile of the Marquette and Joliet expedition. It's the MacArthur Foundation's in there, and the Center for Native Futures is there. I mean, amazingly important place, you know. And the building's historic, Hollerburn Roche. I never went inside there. I was like, thank you for, I go in there all the time, and I learned it from doing this, from live streaming. You know, there's places where I probably should go that I haven't gone. I have gone to O-Block. I have gone to Parkway Gardens. I've gone to the Al Capone's house. I've gone to the Shameless house. Al Capone's house he had a house, you know, it's like Cicero, but this is 73rd and Prairie Avenue, where his mother and wife lived. Al Capone lived in hotels. And, but we've gone to Pullman. We've gone to Little Village, all the way to Kedzie. We've gone 26th. We've done the South Shore Cultural Center, which used to be the South Shore Country Club there, 71st Street. We've gone to the West Side, but I don't spend a lot of time at Garfield Park. I apologize. We do go to the conservatory sometimes in Garfield Park. So maybe we'll try to take the Green Line out there this winter. Here's this is Dayton Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. So I'm just doing stuff that's convenient to me. Look at that. Look at the pink and greens here. Yeah, get some Maxwell Street Polish. We've gone down there, Maxwell and Hallstead. We've gone to Jim's Original there. Ernie and I went down there, and Overtime Seb was with us. Here's yeah, Dayton Street. I like that. Look how they throw the light on the buildings. It looks nice here. There, Dayton Street. Yeah. Are you gonna steal it? So you think so little of us in Chicago. We're such inhuman people living in Chicago that you assume that everyone's just stealing stuff all the time. Now there are smash and grabs. People steal diamonds. They rob banks. They rob cars. People get mugged, jumped, assaulted on trains. Yes, that all happens in all cities. You know, if you can solve the problem, be my guest. You can be Batman and you can be the catcher in the rye and save us all with your sarcastic comments. I'm just as bad with the moderator. I can dish it out too. You know, we're not proving anything besides we're snarky. So have at it. Do your worst here. We're going to check out Christmas decorations and just enjoy the night here. Pop a pill there. Enjoy yourself. The current president might reclassify marijuana as a Schedule III drug on Monday. Something I applaud, but you know, we'll see how it actually, if it actually happens. I heard a rumor the marijuana stocks went up, which is a good indication that they got some inside information there. So if the betting markets react, you know, there's some truth to the rumor. Here's the snowman. Here's the little penguin. How you doing there, snowman? There, you enjoying yourself? There's the penguin. Here's the nice Christmas decorations here. This is Dayton Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Marm, how you doing there? You miss real food? Singapore, how you doing there, Fred? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah. Dr. Bella, what did I miss a comment? What's happening? What did I miss some comment here? Many times. Nothing's happening. There you go. See, you survived Chicago. There you go. You actually made it out of the big bad city. Hey, we're filming these. This looks like some nice Christmas decorations here on Dayton Street. We're just south of Armitage here, so yeah, there we go. So look at this housing. Look how close it is to Armitage. You're just on this nice residential street. Looks like all the other blocks in Lincoln Park. And then just a few steps away, you got this nice commercial strip with a train station, you know. 1900 block of Dayton Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Look at the beautiful Christmas decorations there. Very nice. Yeah. Hey, we got 2 Christmas trees. Everybody's got a Christmas tree in the front room. We got the snow on the porch. Happy holidays. Hanukkah starts on Sunday. We got December the 12th, 2025, Chicago, Illinois. We got 6 o'clock on the dot p.m., 30 degrees, -1 Celsius. Wind's not bad, except around the tall buildings. We're checking out decorations. So if you stick on a few more blocks, we're almost, in about 5 minutes, we'll be at the house with the Christmas trees in every window. So wake up the dog there. Get ready. Here's, yeah, see those nice tourists there? Look how that pole holds up that turret there. It's got a light on the top. There's a 3-story Walgreens, 1, 2, 3. It's got a basement and an upper level, a 3-story Walgreens storefront right here on Armitage. Yeah, look at this pole. Look at that. Yeah. There, we'll head over to, we'll cross Hallstead. We'll head right over to Burling here.
2 days off. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Dinah's gonna blow your horn. Yeah. 60 degrees in Denver. No snow. Hey, Robbie, enjoy it. I bet there's snow in the mountains there. Go up to Copper Mountain. Yeah, go up to go to Crested Butte. Go way up in the ski hills there. I want to go to Telluride. That's way over there. But here's, thanks for tuning in from Colorado. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm glad you're having some warm weather there. Well, I'm seeing my year rerun, like it pops up, this happened a year ago. And all my reruns from the last 2 years, there was no snow on the ground at this time of the year. We've had a very snowy beginning, end of November, beginning to December. More than we've gotten in recent years. So, hey, we'll go with it. It's nice with the Christmas lights. That's why I'm taking advantage of it. It's going to get bitterly cold this weekend. It's going to get like -20 to 30 wind chills. The Bears game is going to be really interesting on Sunday. The Browns are coming. It's a noon game. Here, the Marquee Lounge here. You got the Schlitz sign. We're at Hallstead. That's Hallstead looking south of Steppenwolf Theaters. That way, that's Hallstead looking north. DePaul University is that way. There's the nice bar here. Yeah. Yeah, go Bears. Back on in Scotland. That's good. Thanks for tuning in there. Mountains got snow. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, upper elevations. Heads for the mountains. Get some cores. Go to Golden, Colorado there. Yeah. Get some cores. Who's talking about crime? Mr. Obvious? Tell me something I don't know. They'll be like, it's cold there. I'm like, yeah, I know. Crime's bad. I know. Nobody likes your mayor. I know that. What else you want to tell me, you know? Don't put ketchup on a hot dog. Okay, wow, thanks a lot. Go to O-Block. The one thing you know about Chicago that makes you sound cool, you know. What else do you know about Chicago? Michael Jordan. Oh, okay. Al Capone. O-Block. It's top 3 things right there. Here we go. This is it. We made it. Burling Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. So, hey, you ready to see some Christmas lights? We're going to see them tonight. Here's England. How you doing there? Pizza. Yeah, Irene, that's good. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. So, if you just joined, we're in Chicago. We're on Burling Street. We're just south of Armitage. It's 6:04 in the p.m. It's already dark. It's been dark for hours. And we're checking out the beautiful Christmas decorations on Burling Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. I know I sound like I'm repeating myself, but live stream as long as I do, you're going to do it. Negative 1 Celsius, 30 degrees, not too bad. But these are some of the really large, expensive houses here in Lincoln Park. They got, I'm sure the green light private security will come check me out. But look at the beautiful Christmas decorations here. Better Homes and Gardens. Look at that. Let's cross the street. Let's get the whole thing here, because then we can get, I don't know if this, there's the security. There they are. How you doing? Very nice. Protective Services. There they are. See? Hey, we're safe as a snug as a bug as a rug there, you know? Everybody's like, watch out. I'm like, these people can afford private security. Here's, look at the beautiful garlands here. The nice housing here with the Christmas decorations. Burling Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. And, hey, look at that. We got the birthday balloons. Smells good too. It smells like somebody's cooking some steaks. It smells like somebody's grilling out. Okay, let's check this out. So we'll cross the street after this taxi, because look at that trellis, or that veranda. That's a true veranda. Look at that. Hey, yeah, we filmed this before. We got a rerun. I like how the snow's on these bushes and they got the lights. And it's a nice effect here with the trees. Look at the beautiful lights here. This is Burling Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Look how bright it is here too. Somebody has a birthday. Look across the way. Very nice. Oh, it's so pretty there. Yeah, Chicago, we got the Christmas spirit. We're in the Bears are going to play in that negative 5-degree temperature on Sunday. Should be fun. You want to go to the game? There'll be a lot of tickets available, I bet. I'm almost tempted to like suit up and go down there and just film people going to the game and do it to like Bear Down, Chicago Bears. That would get a lot of likes, I know, but I'm sure I'm going to be lazy and just want to lay on the couch and not go outside. Here's that's why I'm streaming tonight. Here's the beautiful huge mansion here on Burling. Originally this was built by the Parillo family. Parillo, P-A-R, I think. They owned United Auto Insurance. So you ever heard the United Auto Insurance? Like Jobo just passed away, you know. Eddie and Jobo, they were always if you're from Chicago, I'm sure you know these people, local radios, celebrities. That's why they used them for the commercials. And United Auto Insurance, but they since sold it, and they still decorate the new family that lives here. And there's the house with all the Christmas trees. So we'll show you that. But first, we'll show you this. And look, this is one. I think this is 7 lots. They use the middle 5 lots for the building, and there's a lot side yard on either end. You can see the top of the Sears Tower over there, but I'm not going to zoom in because I don't want to lose my feed here for the so here we'll do the whole spiel again. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Lincoln Park. Here we're on Burling Street. This is the house with a Christmas tree in every window. 14 Christmas trees. I counted them. I thought it was 15. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, very nice. See, you come here and take a nice picture here. That's what we're doing. Checking out the house with all the Christmas trees here on Burling Street. It's getting quite popular. Yeah. I hope the woman, we walked through here last week and woman was looking for a cat. I hope they found their cat. It was a black cat they were looking for. But hey, Burling Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Look at that. Here's the house with all the Christmas trees. And just like the Shameless house, people drive by and take a picture. Yeah, it's beautiful. Thanks for... See, this gets you in the spirit. Isn't this worth it? I want to see somebody complain about this. Come on. You know, you got to admire, at least give them an A for effort here. And it's just, you know, the nice... This whole street here, there across the way. Look at that humble abode there. I can't even get it in the screen there. It fills up the whole screen. And there it is. We'll film it another time here. Here's welcome to Chicago. This is Lincoln Park, Burling Street. We got about 30 degrees here. This is the house with all the Christmas trees. It's just south of Armitage. And we got 6:09 in the PM. Chicago Central Time here. Count the electric cars. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Oh, I see the irony. You're right. Like, imagine like electric cars, and then they're using all this electricity here. I know it's like, you know, it's like I used to make fun of Al Gore for that as well, and I lean to the left, but I would still make fun of Al Gore because he had a huge mansion, and he was like, "Oh, it's energy efficient. It's like I offset it with carbon." But it's just the only way he could do that is because he was rich. You know, if you were on a normal budget, you wouldn't be able to offset all that. You know, and fly around. He's, you know, he flies. Same with Bill Gates. You know, he flies around the world. He said, "Well, I offset it with credits." I'm like, okay, well, so you're living the life of 10 people. You're expending the energy of 10 people. You know, and I'm just as bad. I'm wasting energy doing this right now. I waste, you know, but we live in a wasteful world, so I'm just partaking. Here's I'm a good consumer. I don't have a car. Here's wow, look, yeah, we filmed this too. There, look at that beautiful. We'll cross the street to check this out. We'll check this out first. So here, Burling Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out the decorations there. Wasn't that nice? You like that? We filmed that several times. I got reruns on it already. And here are the nice Christmas lights here. Asher House is further north. Yeah. I missed some comments there. Sorry, I wasn't scrolling. But hey, look at the bows there. Look at that. Wow, look at just the perfect balance and symmetry. Yeah, Burling Street. So we'll cut over. There's like an alley. We'll cut over behind the school there, and we'll go over to Orchard Street. And there's a house on Orchard Street that we'll catch, and then I'll just start heading back home here. How much is the rent? Yeah. My rent, I have a 1-bedroom near Clark and Fullerton, and I pay well over $2,000 a month, and I don't want to pay that much. I didn't used to pay that much. When I moved to Chicago, my first apartment was $450 a month. It was a studio, and then I went to my first 1-bedroom was $800 a month, and that was like in 2000. And then once my rent went above $1,000, I was like, this is stupid. And then now it's more than double that 20 years later, and I'm like, I don't think I understand what people feel with, and there's people that pay a lot more rent than I do. Talk to people who live in the West Loop downtown. You know, like Brandon's place has a bunch of amenities, you know. But you can look it up on Zillow. You can imagine. It's, you know, Lincoln Park is expensive. It's probably overpriced. You know, like all things, you know. You can find equally nice housing on the south and west side. Watch 4700 Southbound on Instagram. They film all over the city. They film beautiful. We filmed beautiful mansions on Drexel Avenue. MLK has some beautiful housing on it. We went down there for the Bud Billiken and other times. You know, Pullman has beautiful housing that rivals this, you know. And so does the west side. You can go to Adams Street and Van Buren there just before you get to the United Center. There's some beautiful tree-lined streets and historic districts. And Little Italy, Pilsen's got some beautiful housing, but it's not as expensive And some of this is new. See, anytime you see a garage, these are tear down rebuilds. These are not the historic houses. They're just made to look neo-traditional, and they got the garages. This was all empty lots, tear down rebuilds. They were older workmen's cottages that they tore down. People bought them and tore them down and built a big mansion on it. And that's when Lincoln Park really became gentrified, and that's what allowed for those giant, huge houses to acquire 7 lots. You know, but here's, we'll cut over this alley. We'll film. There's another house here on Orchard, and then we'll start rounding this out. Yeah, Beverly. Beverly's a really nice. There's castles and beautiful, huge housing in Beverly on the south west side. And I haven't gotten down there. You know, Jay City Walking Girls filmed down there. She's filmed Pill Hill, and you know, Ernesto Chicago Nuggies. He was down in Archer Heights, Brighton Park. They had a Christmas village there, and there's a lot of Chicago live streamers. You know, that's why I tell people there are people streaming what you want. You just got to find them. And I apologize on the behalf of Chicago. This doesn't represent Chicago. It's Lincoln Park. Take it for what it's worth. I acknowledge it. But it's still, people tune in to see it. It's easy. You know, I film the touristy stuff. The zoo, downtown, Millennium Park. Somebody said, stop filming the Riverwalk. Don't go to Navy Pier. But, you know, we film, I like fun stuff like the Shiditarod, where they race the shopping carts and dress up. You know, just funny, weird stuff. I love the Halloween parade there in Boys Town. You know, it's just, you just show up and, you know, hang out and interact with the crowd. It's great. This is the first time I did the Thanksgiving parade. It was a good time. Here's, yeah, we made it to Orchard Street. No, yeah, this is Orchard Street. Yeah, no, maybe. Is it a week or a day? A weekday. Here, let's just film the Christmas decorations here if I don't slip. Very slippery here. No footing at all. Planning to go to the hood. You're free to check out my 300 to 500 videos of what you would call the hood. I don't call it the hood. There's hood on the north side too. You want me to film a trailer park? I grew up near trailer parks. You want me to film you a trailer park? Yeah, we'll go. They call that a hood. Here's here we'll cross. Here it is. Okay, so hey, thanks for staying on here. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Lincoln Park. Here's one of the nicely decorated mansions here on Orchard Street, and they always decorate nice for Halloween. Hey, you got the 2 trees on the top. Look at that nice green hue. You got the Christmas trees with the columns, the nice balanced arch. It looks nice, you know. That's why when I sped it up, put it to the punk Christmas music, it worked. There it is. So hey, Orchard Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago, United States of America, planet Earth, Illinois, 6:16 in the PM, 30 degrees, -1 Celsius. Hey, get your plumbers there. But see, that one's new. That one's new too. They're all built after 2000. That's a house. Yeah, it looks like something out of a AI. That was all AI generated. You type in, show me a stereotypical Lincoln Park McMansion with Christmas lights, and you're like, that's what you get. Pops out, poof, like you're in fantasy land there. It's a video game. It's over the top, isn't it? It's nice. I got a rerun of it already. Yeah, thanks, Lisa. Thanks for aren't you all thankful that I'm not a real estate agent? You know, you want me to like sell you something the entire time? Like, it's a dire commercial. Yeah. Check out Nick Koiken. He doesn't sell, but he's a real estate agent. He'll help you out. There's many others. And here's hey, look at that. Nice decorations there. Oh, my mods are great. I know, because people in the chat, they're just like, we're tired of seeing this person do something. You know, it's like, if the people in my audience are getting annoyed, imagine how I feel. You know, and I that's why I don't look at the screen as much as I should, because I just, you know, luckily I missed half the stuff here. Oh, sorry, we went hell whirlwind sideways. Location. See, and it's not that, you know, I just told the location, you just tuned in. If you wait just a little longer, I'll tell you the location. So it's just so funny, you know, for the sense of brevity, you know, you do, what am I, a dog? Sit, location, I demand. Then you're already moved on to the next thing. Thanks a lot. But hey, thanks for checking out Lincoln Park here, Chicago. Hey, look at, so this is finally built. Remember, we saw this was under construction for a long time. I guess they're going to build something else here. So this is like 3 lots wide. Look at these arches here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, each arch is like a lot. That's new construction here, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Look at these things. Wow. Hey, there's some lights up here. So let's get up here. Let's get up to the Christmas lights. Let's finish what we started here. Oh, I hope you feel better there. It's not to be worse than being sick, but hey, or, you know, thanks for tuning in there. Yeah, look at Rewriter CHI. Do you see that, mods? You know, it's so funny when people, like, you know, joke about violence, and then when it happens, they're like aghast because they're really scared, you know, because go watch a horror movie, you know. We're going to film Christmas decorations there. Go scare yourself. Look in the mirror. Here's look at the nice Christmas decorations. Lincoln Park, Chicago. I'm the man in the mirror. Here's look at that. Wow. They're out for the night. Yeah. Look at that. Look at the beautiful Christmas decorations here. We're on what is this? We're on Orchard Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Look at that. American Times. Hey, the stock market's almost at all-time high. Did you see that the Fed, okay, so buried within the Fed, what the Fed did on Wednesday, with the Fed talk, Jerome Powell, they lowered interest rates. The president wants them lower. I'm not talking politics. This is finance. Yes, it's political because money is political. But anyway, here we're on Orchard Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. We're checking out the beautiful Christmas decorations. But they started quantitative easing again. The stock market's at all-time high. They're going to purchase 40 billion of treasury, which, what is that? It took me a long time to understand what quantitative easing and all this stuff that the Fed does. The government creates debt. Then the Fed buys the debt and keeps it off on a balance sheet so the government can create more debt. So instead of the regular, somebody, an institution or a individual buying the bonds that the government sells the debt to itself and puts it in a vault and then creates more debt. So it's a way for them to create double the amount of debt that they would normally. And they're starting it with at the all-time highs. And I don't understand it. And everybody's like, they're like, they must know something that we don't, that like something bad's about to happen. So here, we'll go back here and we'll film this whole thing. This is the really nice lights here on Orchard Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. So thanks for sticking on. We're just filming the Christmas lights. We'll film Santa over there. But yeah, thanks for sticking on here, Orchard Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. And this house is, yeah, it's almost as large as the one on Burling. We're on Orchard Street. And look, we'll go film Santa. Santa's hanging from the window. And they had some penguins and reindeer on the side, but I guess maybe they blew off. But here we're in Chicago. It's 30 degrees, -1 Celsius. We're just filming the Christmas decorations here in Lincoln Park on December 12, 2025. And look at that beautiful housing there. We got reruns of this already sped up. But there's Santa. There's Santa hanging from the balcony. You got the nice inflatable, very creative here. And you got the reindeer and beautiful lights here. And I swear this is a heated portalet, or something's making this noise here. I think it's like yeah, it's like a furnace or something right there. They got it's like an outdoor heater. But here's there's Santa Claus on the balcony here, Orchard Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. There's Santa. But look at that, the light in there. You can see the nice housing there. Look at that. Yeah, it's pretty. They're out for the night. Yeah. Yeah, so we got 6:23 in the PM. That's local time here. Hey, let's film Cedar Palace here. Let's see what this is. And then we can film these lights looking right down the street there. Hey, there's your holiday scene there. Thanks for checking out the Christmas lights here on a Friday night, Chicago. Orchard Street, Lincoln Park. There, look at that. Cedar Palace. They're dancing. Yeah, I think this is like a Mediterranean place here. Nice restaurant. Hey, they got some golden reindeer, candy canes. Cedar Palace patio, 655 West Armitage. Yeah. So hey, we're back to Armitage. We're back to the Lincoln Park High School. We'll head over to Hallstead. No, we're past Hallstead. We'll head over to Larrabee here. Yeah, this street outdid itself. Look at that. Look at this is Orchard Street. So Orchard Street, Burling, and Fremont and Dayton Street have the best over in this area. And Bissell not so much. Belton has some nice ones. Cleveland has some nice ones, but they're kind of spread out. But hey, we saw some good things tonight. Thanks for sticking on. If you missed any part of this, you can watch the rerun. I'll probably take the rest of the weekend off, stay warm. It's going to get bitterly cold. Negative 20 to 30 wind chills. Like I said, the Bears game is going to be interesting. They play the Cleveland Browns on Sunday at noon. Sunday's the first day of Hanukkah. And we'll head over to that car's really trying to get somewhere. There's a little garland here. Yeah, I agree with you. Pizza Lisa, thanks Wes. Yeah, please subscribe there. Thanks everybody. Hit the thumbs up there. Double tap the screen. Appreciate it. Thanks everybody for staying on. So hey, okay, we'll play the guessing game. Where do you think this is? I'll give you 3 guesses. You can tell we're in a city. You can tell it's cold, and you can tell we got a lot of Christmas lights. So here, Howell Street in Armitage, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Lincoln Park's the name of the neighborhood. Chicago's the name of the city. We're in Illinois. United States of America is the country. And we got planet Earth. I have to say all that stuff because people ask. And here's 6:26 in the PM. My name's Brian, really Chicago. It's in my name. And I entitled this Chicago Streetwalking, but I know no one sees it because I wish they would just like put it in the corner, like whatever I entitle it, so people could see it. And then people would still ask. They'd be like, this isn't Chicago. People have told me that. People have tuned in. They're like, you're not in Chicago. I'm like, where is this? And they'll tell me. I'm like, okay, what else am I doing wrong? You just run my whole show here. Yeah, it's good. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Hey, there's 43. The ambulance came out. There's a fire station here. I think all the fire stations have an ambulance. Goes with it. There, it's pulling out here. So here's 43. Ambulance pulling out of the Armitage. Chicago Fire Department here. Yeah, we need some more sirens. You need some sirens. So yeah, that's another clue. The sirens. It must be Chicago. Yeah. Blues Brothers. The Blues Brothers lived at Addison and Clark, 3600 North Clark Street. Is that what was that? Is that right? Yeah. Now, if you watch the movie, oh, this is Larrabee. I want to cross Larrabee here. We'll go behind this car here. Thank you. So here we're crossing the street here, and I like how everybody's in such a rush. Everybody's honking. Beginning of the Blues Brothers movie, Elwood was living in a men's-only single-room occupancy hotel off of Van Buren. The building's torn down, but it's near where the Harold Washington Library is. and the Monadnock building around there. And that's why they looked out on the train. But when the police asked them, they said they went their address. They said 3600 North Clark Street, which is Wrigley Field at Addison. And that's when the Illinois Nazis in the movie. This is in the Blues Brothers movie. They showed up there. They were like, they were confused. They were like, what is this? I hate Illinois Nazis. Yeah, the Blues Brothers. How's everybody doing? You're afraid to use them? Yeah, thanks. Government gives money to the farmers because they're in bankruptcy. The tariffs have affected soybean prices, you know. Here, look at this beautiful building. This always reminds me of like a Hopper painting. It's like, look at that beautiful, and it's a podiatrist, and he's gone. Oh, I have footage. I hope it's on YouTube where I filmed him in here earlier this year. He was in here. He's a podiatrist. I think he retired. Yeah, he's gone. Wow. I wonder what that's going to become. But here we're on, this is Mohawk Street. We're on Mohawk Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. We'll eventually get to Cleveland here, but we're cut over. People are funny, I know. Tom's tuning in. Tom and Scott, how's everybody doing? Yeah. Oh, yeah, thanks Tom Bot. Thanks for, I agree. My moderators provide so much background information. Piece of Lisa's knowledge. She's in education. She knows what she's talking about. And Shauna provides me great information. So does Mary Therese all the time. Anita and Grandma's Corner helps me out. Everybody, Chris, Natalie, Taco Jalapeno Salsa. Appreciate everybody. And there's even more. I always leave people. Michael, here's look at the beautiful Christmas decorations here in Lincoln Park, Chicago. This is Mohawk Street. Hey, thanks for look at that atrium. They got a glass conservatory with the Christmas tree. Wow. See, you get ideas. I call it Better Homes and Gardens. You know, you're inspired by how other people set up their real estate. Look at that. So I think, yeah, that's part of this. So it's two lots. They took the side lot. They built that. So they got an outdoor, you know, space there. They got the Christmas tree. Isn't that nice? This, again, is on Mohawk Street. Lincoln Park, Chicago is the neighborhood. You got 631. And thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Tom Bot, for supporting great content. I thought like PBS. I'll do the pledge drive. PBS is hanging in there. I appreciated Ken Burns doing the Revolutionary War. You know, we like history. And there it is. Yeah, the colorful ones, the lights. So if you missed any part of this rerun, you can rewind it, watch the live tab. We'll cut out reruns. People seem to like the Christmas decorations. I enjoy making them. Get a few hundred likes, it's fine. Hey, look at this fence. This is an interesting fence. So you can look at it this way, but it's almost opaque when you look this way because it has a thickness to it. I'm glad it wasn't that cold tonight. It's actually not bad at all walking around here. I feel plenty warm. Go back and have a groovy dinner. I got some, my Achilles heel, I got some peanut butter cup ice cream. Oh. And it's like, it's not Reese's, it's a different brand. And I actually like theirs better because the ice cream itself tastes peanut butter. The ice cream tastes peanut buttery. I can't say peanut buttery. But here we'll walk. This is Webster. No, this is Dickens. Excuse me. This is Dayton Street and Lincoln Avenue and Cleveland Street. Yeah, the local time. Thanks for helping out there. Yeah, where are all the people? We told them to clear off the street so there'd be nobody. People wouldn't think anybody lives in Chicago. It's all for smoke and mirrors. I don't know where everybody's at. It's cold. No one's crazy like me walking around just filming Christmas decorations. Doesn't make any sense. This makes no sense. You were like, what's the point? I'm like, there is no point. What's the point of anything? Make money? That's not why I'm doing this. So I guess there is no point. Hey, they're playing sounds like the concert there. They're playing for Elise. Yeah, it sounds good. There, we'll head through here to 6-way intersection. The Gemini restaurant, Danucci's. Nice Italian restaurant. Yeah, we'll cross over this way. Hey, we're almost home. Home stretch here. Yeah, it's very quiet. I agree, it's very quiet out for a Friday night. No one parties anymore. You know. Here, we'll cross the street here. Yeah, we'll make it. There's the Carnival grocery there. There's the Gemini. We'll head up Cleveland Street. Yeah, I don't know what's for dinner. No, I got some stuff at Mariano's there. I got some ready-made stuff. Either salmon. I got some salmon. It's all black and salmon ready to cook there. I got potatoes and salad. I bought like 3 salads. They had 3 salads for like $9, so I bought like 3 salad bowls. I got some that peanut butter ice cream. I got oh, it was like a meatloaf thing. It was like a whole meatloaf platter I got, which I'm not gonna eat that tonight. I fitted it all in my backpack. Hey, it looks like there's a nativity over there. Let's once this car passes, we'll cross the street. No, it's not a nativity, it's a Santa Claus. I thought it was a nativity, it's just a Santa Claus inflatable. I'm losing it. I'm losing my mind here. Just wait till Monday when they reschedule marijuana as a Schedule 3 drug. And you can get it, it'll effectively legalize it for all 50 states. I mean, this is a big deal, you know. It's like bigger than 420. Here's Santa Claus. Here, look at the nice Christmas decorations. Can't believe I crossed the street for this. Yeah, let's cross back over there. That looks nice enough to film it closer. Everybody's at the mall. Everybody's shopping online. Taylor Swift. Yeah, everybody watched Taylor Swift. ABC 7. Here's yeah, that nice porch there. This is Cleveland Street, Lincoln Park. Yeah, I'm stocked up on food. Yeah, I'm well stocked up. Get down to -30 wind chills. The Bears game's going to be crazy. And yeah, we'll see how much snow we get. I don't think we're going to get that much snow, but we'll see. How you doing? But Monday there's relief in sight. I saw like 30s and 40s next week. It won't be. It'll be a quick Arctic blast. It won't be a true polar vortex. With the polar vortex, it just sits on top of you for like a week. But it'll be cold enough. The ponds are already frozen. So next week people will be able to ice skate on the ponds. So hey, we'll have that. But yeah, get ready. Everybody's going to the grocery store, getting stocked up for the weekend. It's a good idea. It's going to get cold. 60s and 70s, that's great. Thanks for tuning in there. Thanks for checking out your old hometown here. Yeah, not leaving the house. I think I'm the same way. Imagine people going to the Bears game, sitting outside for 2 hours. And then you got to walk, you know. You can't unless you park. Very expensive to park in a stadium, you know, and people have those passes. You can actually park right in the stadium. But hey, look at this. Here's Better Homes and Gardens. Look at the beautiful Christmas decorations. This is at Webster in Cleveland Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Thanks for checking it out here. Yeah, don't leave the house. Don't leave home without it. We're all stocked up. We're ready to go. But hey, thanks for checking out the decorations here. It's a good way to ease into the weekend. Don't leave the house. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like, double tap the screen there if you like this. And look at that. How can you not like that? There. Hit the thumbs up there. Look at that beautiful porch. Just for the effort of the people that put out these decorations here. Look at that. So we're almost home here. We're almost to Grant Street. Yeah, we'll go up to Belton. There's that last light there before we get to Fullerton, and then we'll bid you adieu. Stay warm. Go Bears. Play the Cleveland Browns on Sunday. It's a noon game. And yeah, we'll see what else has happened there. We'll hibernate. Yeah, curl up by the fire there. Get romantic. Get out the Barry White music and make some love. or at least, you know, watch some romantic movie or something. I don't know what rom-com. Romantic comedy. Here's yeah, that's nice garland on the fence. See, they got the nice conservatory back there. It's like I feel like that's like the Clue House. That's like, you know, Colonel Mustard with the candlestick in the conservatory right there. Yeah, it's beautiful. Hey, see you there. Yeah, we'll start saying our goodbyes there. So Marguerite, Mike, thanks for tuning in. Margler, Grandma's Corner, appreciate it. Thanks so much for being on. Same with Pizza Lisa and Anita and Mary Therese and Shauna. I don't know if they were on, but I appreciate it. Nonetheless, they deserve a shout out. And Chris and Taco Jalapeno Salsa, everybody else, Natalie, and we'll keep on going here. Grandma's Corner. Grandma's in my corner. Here's yeah, have a good night there, everybody. Mr. Javanat there. Thanks, Wes. May, thanks for being on. Yeah, good night. Oh, England, you're up late. That's great. Yeah, Pizza Lisa there. Hey, see, Pizza Lisa's even got some suggestions. See, look, the wealth of knowledge that Lisa, thanks. Yeah, thank her recommendations there. Let's see. I'm going to cross the street there. I'm going to read what you said. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, while you were sleeping, my best friend's wedding returned to me all Chicago movies. Thank you, Pizza Lisa. Look at that. See, Pizza, you're an honorary Chicagoan. You know more about Chicago than my fans that tune in that lived in Chicago their whole life. Isn't that amazing? And that's great. So here's look at the beautiful Christmas lights. Yeah. Yeah, Magdalena there. Who else is? Dolores, thanks for being on. Appreciate it. Yeah, stay warm. We will. Thanks everybody here. Appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks everybody. Have a good weekend there. So the comments are going by too fast now. I'm missing people here, but Alex, let's see. Yeah, we got Dolores there. Pizza Lisa there. Margie. Scott. Yeah, Scott and James and everybody there. If I miss you, you know who you are. Stay warm. Go Bears. We'll see you on Monday. And we'll see how bad it gets. We'll talk about it. Have a good night there. Thanks for checking out the Christmas decorations. We'll see you. Happy Hanukkah Sunday there. We'll talk to you later. Thanks a lot, everybody. Yeah. Okay, bye. Have a great weekend. Thanks a lot. Happy Hanukkah.